Hello, everybody. Hello, how y'all doing today? How is everybody doing? Welcome. Thanks for waiting. We're gonna get started here now. Behind the scenes, back in the chat, back in the green room, I have some very amazing people that have gone through what we call our Limitless Lightworker Certification program. That's part of the entire Practical Lightworker program that helps you start your business. Now, this isn't just for the faint of heart. Let me just put it to you like that. It's not just one of those like things that you can just like go and grab online and just kind of waltz through it. Like when we created it, I wanted it to be two things. I wanted it to be helpful and transformative, but I also wanted it to be something that was um, rigorous in its own way. Um, so that one could actually have certain tools to use, certain tools in the toolbox, or maybe sharpen some other of the tools or whatnot. Um, so it's not just a walk in the park. It's not impossible, but we also tie it all together through Reiki attunement. So these folks have gone through now Reiki attunement to master teacher. They have also learned the tarot. They've learned astrology, intuitive astrology. They've learned Akashic and galactic record reading. They have learned about some metaphysics, basics, and maybe a little bit beyond, how energy flows, and activated their light body, their Merkaba, and learned about 12 chakras, not just seven, and auric fields and auric defense, and and how to live in multiple dimensions, right? To truly be spirit led. And we had a total of 10 that came through this time that were graduating. Not all of them could make it because some of them are actually overseas in South Africa and Australia. So, they weren't going to be able to make it. So, which is amazing in and of itself that this is global. So, throughout the day today, throughout this few hours that we're going to spend together, I'm also going to be sharing with you their information because they are truly light workers that are working. They're working light workers, okay? And so they are ready to make an impact on the world and an impact into the collective consciousness. So they're going to be putting their information in the private chat back here, backstage. And then I'll be copying that information so that you can reach out to them and work with them in an individual basis. Okay. How does that sound, guys? Does everybody sound good? And let folks know, I know this is not one of my like salacious, whatever. We're gonna get into the salacious a little bit later today. Um, but I feel like this is yes, I feel like this is more important. And why this is more important is because this is something that is positive. We have a group of light workers that are positively impacting the collective and setting out to help their tribe heal. And I feel very strongly we need to celebrate that much more than we celebrate people that are acting foolish and participating in things and behavior that Lord knows they should not be and we should not be condoning. So let folks know this is what's going on. I'm gonna put this out on Twitter too while we're here. And let me actually go do that. And I'm gonna start bringing people up. Okay. I am going to start bringing people up to the front. I'm actually letting the Twitterverse know that we're live right now. And then I don't know if the Facebook people actually know that we're live. Okay. All right. And post. All right. There we go, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. First up, Nicole, do you have the link? I sent it in an email for you to get for you to come to the backstage. I'm gonna bring up I'm gonna bring up Dr. Sage first. Dr. Sage, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Greetings, greetings. I'm well, thank you.
Good, good. Um, I want you to introduce yourself to the folks. I'm gonna give you the floor. I do this
Okay.
different every time, guys. I don't have a specific way to do this, which is a little crazy. So this time I'm just doing it like this. I'm going to give you the stage, give you the floor. I want you to introduce yourself to the people. I'm going to put your information in the chat and just tell us a little bit about yourself, why you came to this and what impact that you would like to make in humanity, who you help.
All right, absolutely. So, my name is Dr. Sage. I am the founder and CEO of Divine Guidance by Sage, and I am a spiritual fertility coach. And so, what I do is that I help individuals and couples who have experienced infertility issues or maybe experienced some type of loss. I help them to overcome feelings of guilt and shame and worry and those limiting beliefs that come along with loss. And I do that using different esoteric and holistic techniques. And so that could be meditation, it could be cards, all of those great things. And the reason that I chose the program initially was because I was trying to skyrocket my budding tarot business and initially started thinking that I would be a profitable tarot reader. um, and but I didn't know how to really make that happen. So I have gained so much from my time throughout the program, and I've had to think and rethink where I fit in, and I fit in as a spiritual fertility coach. My modality is that I am a spirit baby communicator. I use spirit babies to help me with my tarot readings, and that's how I ended up working with those who are experiencing fertility challenges, those who are getting themselves prepared to be a parent at some point, and those who are just wanting just a better way of life and well-being. That's my spill.
Sorry, guys. I was like trying to find the clickety clack, the clickety clack. That is beautiful. Tell us a little bit the whole concept of spirit babies as
Yes.
guides. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So we all have spirit baby guides. I think a lot of times when I say spirit baby, people automatically think like inner child healing and that. And of course, we always want to do that. But these spirit baby guides are here, just like we say, our angels, guides, ancestors, and such. They're really pure individuals who have potentially been here before and they are kind of starting over, right? They're ready to come back into this world, and it is for us to birth them in whatever way that could be. So maybe physically birth them, but maybe as just a guide in the spiritual space as well. So they guide us along, they guide us, and I feel like I call them my joy guides, because that's what they do. They bring you joy, they bring you peace, they bring you happiness. And so I use those guides, especially when I'm working with clients who are dealing with fertility issues, because they always wonder, like, well, what did I do wrong? Why can't I bring a soul into this world? And those baby guides help me and use me as a vessel to be able to communicate that to the clients.
That is amazing. That is beautiful. Um, I put your information in the chat. I want everybody to to notice them. I'm highlighting it right here. Um, what would you like people to know before they come and work with you? What would you like people to know just in general, if there's something that you would like to say to them?
I am an open book, and I want you to feel that way when you come to me. I am a person, so I tell this story, a person who I do not have children, and I couldn't figure out why. And that is why and how I ended up on this journey with the spirit babies. So initially, I have a ton of children,
Wow.
right? But my gifting is to help individuals bring those lives into this world. And even those who are saying, hey, I am past that stage in my life. And maybe I just need to kind of like heal some stuff. And I don't know how to do that. This is just a fresh new take on when we say angels, guides, ancestors, passed on loved ones, ascended masters. This is a fresh take on that. So if you come work with me, I'll help guide you through that particular road. I am an open book. I will tell you my story all day, and I want you to feel just as comfortable coming to me, and in some cases in a vulnerable state, because this is a non-judgment zone over here. So I look forward to working with anyone who wants to work with me. That you don't have to be in the childbearing stage to work with me. I'm here for every single person on this planet, and I'm hoping to get to thousands and thousands of people and help them to elevate this wonderful planet that we live on at this time.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Now, we are going to bring Dr. Sage back. We're going to talk with a few other people, but we're going to bring Dr. Sage back. But I want to say this: when she and I first started working together, the the uniqueness, and you're going to find this with each and every person that comes up here, that they all have a unique expression of source, of spirit, of God, universal life energy, however you want to name that which has created everything, right? They each have a unique expression. And in that unique expression, I always find such like amazement and wonderment and just like, that's the coolest thing ever. Like that we are so individualistic and yet we are such a part of the collective, that what could some people would consider perhaps womb healing can be expressed in a completely different way, and in a way that those of us who have long since stopped attempting to, wanting to, desiring to procreate, we've done our job, but that we still do, we could still use some healing, right? Because we still, no matter if we're birthing babies or birthing spiritual babies, let's just say, in the way of our business, our entrepreneurship, our purpose, whatever it is, we're still in the birthing and creative business. And so we could all
Absolutely.
use that.
Absolutely. So if you have a business thing you're trying to birth as well, I have helped people with that. Also, using my spirit babies, I actually had a client recently that I helped who was writing a journal workbook, and we used spirit babies to help them finish that workbook. And if you go on my site and you said womb care, on my site it says spiritual womb care coach.
And I haven't seen her latest site. So I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
aware.
So we were here.
There you go. We're connected. Amazing. Amazing. All right, Dr. Sage, I'm going to drop you down and we're going to bring the next student up, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Hang on one second. And next, this is going to be a familiar name to everyone. Melinda J. Franchelle, how are you, dear?
I'm good. I'm kind of all over the place because I just got off work and then having to do my brother's laundry and stuff. So, but I'm good. I'm here.
Listen, we still have stuff to do, don't we? We still have the human things to do. Well, you guys are recognized Melinda J as one of my very, very, very faithful mods. But she has her own channel and practice and everything in her own right. And she's one of our graduates for the day. So, Melinda, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everyone and how you got to be here with us, and where you're, who it is you're here to help. Okay. All right. Let's take it away.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Frenchelle, but I go by the stage name persona as Belinda J, and that is on my main channel. So, what I'm here for today is I am an esoteric artisan. I love working with my hands when it comes to doing any modalities that is set forth in front of me. So, I'm also a Reiki practitioner as well, working towards to be the Reiki master in due time. But other than that, I work what I have with using my hands with Reiki. So, of course, I can assist you with that. And then also, I'm an ordained priestess as well. So, I'll be able to do weddings and funerals and baptisms in due time as well. So I am here because of one, had looked at being. Always wanted to be a Reiki practitioner. I also gravitated toward the holistic living, the holistic alternatives when it comes to building yourself up as a human being, as well as healing yourself. Besides the professional, but there's also a spiritual side that needs healing as well. So, my specialty is working with ancestral patterns. I love to get down and dirty and shake the table and see what is the root of the problem and why you are stuck in that energy of feeling like you want to be able to step out, but at the same time those limited beliefs are blocking you and stopping you from taking the next step. So that's what I'm here for. And I am a work in progress as well, for as breaking some patterns. But also, when it comes to coming across the Lightworker program, as a matter of fact, I was on AT2's channel and I had seen Dr. Lisa pulled up, and she was
My God.
some topics. So I had to thank AT2 in the chat of doing his expansive work on the YouTube streets. And that I just went on ahead and contacted her, and I attended to one of those workshops, the Lightworker Liftoff workshops. And ever since then, I was hooked on. But at the same time, it was happening in divine timing. I kid you not, because I wrote on my board. I did a vision board on seeking a mentor to get under and assist me on where I want to go. And Dr. Lisa popped up at the right time.
Oh my gosh. I forgot that's where I met you.
Yes.
Good old AT2. I know you're still in the building, AT2. I know you're still in the building. Um,
Exactly.
hang on. Okay. So I'm sorry, I was just looking at something in the back chat. I put your information here. I'm gonna highlight it here.
Yes.
Nicole, if you could just formulate that, just the what's your business name or how on Facebook, just give me an at on Facebook and IG and TikTok. Thanks. So talk to me a little bit about, because you're kind of, you have a very varied, right,
Mm,
multi-layered calling, right? So when you say ancestral patterns,
Mhm.
how important is that? Why is that so important for us to pick up on and work with?
It's important to discover it and try to analyze what is the pattern, the repeated cycles. It can be with you as an individual. It can happen within your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, your cousins, your uncles. And once you sit back at a different perspective, being observant of what your interactions amongst your family members and how you relate that information to other people when you're establishing a relationship with them, it can affect on how you proceed on further along within relationships with people. So sometimes there will be patterns that will come up and trigger you, and you're trying to figure out why it's triggering you that way, and it could linger back towards those cycle patterns. For example, with my ancestral pattern, is just with women in our family, we tend to belittle ourselves to or
Mm,
merge ourselves with the partners that we're with, instead of just remaining as the individual within our relationships with ourselves and being an extension to the person that's in the relationship with us. And so it's important as us as an individual that we maintain ourselves and our self-worth within the relationship with our own self being, and just allow the person that comes into our lives be as an extension, and allow them to share. um uh, you're basically allowing that other person to share space with you and become
mhm.
that person, but also remain yourself um and not lose yourself within the relationship with
Yeah.
the person.
It's so I don't think we understand. It was let me put it like that. It was interesting. I was watching some stuff surrounding, still the royal family. I can't, it's a train wreck I just can't stop looking away from. But I tried, I really did. But so I was listening to some Australian television, it was Sky News, and the commentators were deriding Prince Harry, for saying that he had some ancestral or some injury, trauma passed down to him from his father and then his father before him. And he was making this statement like, listen, I need to clear this energy out and take responsibility for this and deal with this so that I don't pass it on to my son. And
Mhm.
everyone was, the commentators were just like, well, that's just a bunch of woke mumbo jumbo and this, that, and the other. And I thought, there's a lot of things that man says that I'm just like, I look at him and I question he and his wife. But
Mhm.
that was not one of them. That is so true. We pass on all
Right.
of this from so many generations back just because nobody knew any better.
Mhm.
And it gets twisted and turned, each generation. But at some point, somebody has to take the responsibility to stop it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm here for, because as much as I'm a work in progress, I can still help assist people on breaking those patterns, addressing it accordingly, and just face those fears, embracing that shadow side, but also be able to balance each other at the same time and be able to progress further in your life as the person that you always wanted to be.
Yeah, that's amazing. I
Mhm.
think that's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, you guys. And her information is right there. And I just highlighted it, but it's in the chat. And then we'll continue to post everyone's information, and it will be in the description on the YouTube side once we're done here. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you.
Melinda will be back because we're gonna have a round table here just in just a few minutes. So we are going to drop you down, honey. Thank you, love. And we are going to bring up Marin Ramsey. How are you, beloved?
Hi, hello everyone. So far, every other graduate I've heard their story, I'm just like, wow, that is so fascinating. I'm fascinated. I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. I mean, you're fascinating in your own right.
Very
Like,
true. Very true.
very fascinating in your own right. Now, I'm putting Marin's information into the chat, and I am going to let Marin tell you all about themselves, how you got here, what is the impact that you wish to make in the collective. All right,
Thank
you
you.
ready? All
Yes,
right.
I'm ready, but incredibly excited and nervous.
Yay! You'll be fine. I'll be right here. Okay, have fun. I'll be right back.
Of course, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Marin Ramsey. I am a tarot reader, empath, and behavioral therapist that enjoys incorporating science behind spirituality. I am an expert in understanding the meanings behind shadow work and also, discovering new paths to grow from our trauma. You can, of course, find me in my socials down below. I think one of the biggest impacts I would like to make on humanity in this lifetime is to help individuals understand their shadow work ahead of them and also discover the reasons that they're on their path. Simply because it's a very fascinating subject for me to simply just truly understand our habits and the reasons why we do things or the reasons why we have behaviors, and then also connect that to our spirituality, because I think it's a very important part of us that we can all understand why we do the things we do, either ways to stop it or either ways, sorry, there's my cat, or either ways to make it grow. And I think that's what I would like to do in this lifetime as a to help the collective, um, because it brings me a lot of joy to help people see and understand and also overcome, the challenges they may have, faced in their lifetimes, or simply understand why they are going through certain types of shadow work. And then, of course, bringing it back all to applied behavioral analysis.
That is fascinating, the behavior. And don't worry about the cat. Gemini shows up. I'm actually shocked. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so what's been happening, just so you guys can have the kitty update, is that Virgo has decided that she wants to be the main cat sleeping underneath my desk in the studio. So poor Gemini will fall asleep, and then Virgo decides she wants the spot, so she'll just bully her out of it. So yeah. Anyway, so don't worry about the cats. We love cats. I find it fascinating, the behavioral portion, right?
Mhm.
Mixed in with the tarot. And a lot of times, I'll get a different people that'll come to me and they'll be like, well, I read the tarot, but, they're not really sure how they can utilize that in actual kind of coaching and transformational work. So, how did that kind of come to you to be able to utilize the tarot as well as just the other behavioral um, shadow
Yeah.
work type work?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think I first began with tarot, and being able to, I guess, conceptualize it on my own was very fascinating. But I think, the just Sagittarius in me, always being a philosopher, wanted to learn more. Like, I wanted to learn the reasoning behind why these cards were showing me this information. And so when I had found myself in this type of work of behavioral therapy, it was just like, aha, I know what it means now. And being able to apply behavioral analysis, it's it's putting all of what we see in tarot or oracle or readings and other cartomancy and stuff like that. It's bringing the substantial reality concept back to our spirituality, because of course we can read tarot and maybe not understand, well, I don't know why I'm seeing these signs, or I don't know why I got the tower card. Well,
Right.
bringing using behavioral analysis and applied behavioral analysis theories is really bringing it back and tying it into the, I guess you could say, the mental versions of our state of being, because when we talk about our imagination and when we talk about utilizing manifestations, there are places in our brain that do that, hence the pineal gland. And what I do with my work is simply explaining the science side, the scientific side behind tarot and behind other forms of reading and understanding, and of course, shadow work. And so the reason why I like doing that so much is because it can not only show a different side of answers that we may be seeking, because I think it's very common for people to kind of just look at spirituality and just understand, well, oh, but that's all in your head, or spirituality is, found in the religious aspect. And for me, I like incorporating the science side back to it to help explain to people that you don't have to be religious to understand your trauma, and you don't have to believe in spirituality to understand that it can still affect you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I think it's just why I love doing it so much, because it gives people this second perspective of just understanding, well, like, wow, I didn't realize my trauma was affecting me so much. And we could, of course, say, oh, well, that was in your sacral chakra this whole time. Well, like, but no, it was affecting your stomach. It was giving you, like this gas. It was giving, these are the physical aspects and ailments that we could, explain in science and theories, but this is also the spiritual side of it, and that's what I just love doing so much. I love connecting the two together and bringing that new perspective to people.
I feel like I just feel this coming through you, emanating from you so profoundly. I don't know how anyone could listen to you and not get that energy. Like, absolutely, absolutely amazing. And something very dear to my heart, too, because I came up through the whole, science this, science that. I was a science major and, biochemistry major, right? So, like, I love my math and my sciences and all of that. But then also growing up Christian, it was like, I don't understand why the two can't be one.
Right.
Because it all should be, because it all is, right? Science just explains spirituality, and spirituality explains science, or gives us maybe an insight into where to go look.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I love the fact that you're able to bridge so many gaps, and be able to get to so many different genres and groups of people. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know. People tend to understand science as a way to like debunk spirituality, but I think there's just way too many connections to completely use science to debunk what is inherently human in everyone. Like you just simply can't.
no, to me, that always proves it. They might want to try to debunk it, but in all actuality, what they end up doing is actually proving it.
Hmm.
So
Very, very true.
try as they will. All right, my dear. All right. Well, we're going to drop you down for just a few minutes. We get a few more people to go through, and then I'm going to bring everybody up, and we all get to kind of just celebrate this together. And, who knows? I'll do something that probably feels a little witchy to some people, and they'll be all right. Anyway. Thank you very much, guys. Marin's information is down here again, showing right here on the screen. It is in the chat. It will all be in the descriptions and on YouTube as soon as we are done. Thank you so much, my dear. Hang on. And next we have Ms. Bree Garola. How are you, dear? Bree, are you frozen? There she is. Okay, we can't. Oh, now we're green. We might get you now. I'm gonna drop you down and bring you right back. Let me just try one more thing. I'm gonna drop you down. Just make sure that your microphone, like the microphone settings, like it's Restream's allowing the microphone. Let's try it again. So we're gonna go to the gear because I see your mouth moving, so I know that you're talking. So the little settings, the little gear, and just make sure that the audio, that your microphone on your phone, that Restream has the ability to get in there. No, it's not letting you. Okay, I tell you what. I'm gonna text you. And then you can chat with me over the phone. How about that? Do you want to just call me? Okay. Do you have a laptop you can like log in with too? No? That's okay. All right. We're gonna drop Bree down for just 1 second. And we're gonna figure that one out. We're gonna let her figure that out. And while we're working on that one, I'm gonna bring up one of my coaches. Hello, Miss Nicole.
Hello.
How are you, honey?
I'm a little nervous. You know how I am behind camera, but I'm okay. I'm excited to be here. It's weird being on this end of things.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Now you know how I feel. Okay. I say that all the time. It's weird being on this end of things.
It is.
Anyway, Nicole is both one of my coaches, and she also has her own business and practice. And she's just an amazing young woman. And so just so you guys know, like, people that do work with me, like, it's not like they don't actually go through the same program, guys. So we don't just have people out here just wilding out and just doing stuff, you know. And now I have no idea what they're doing, right? So both of my coaches, in fact, have come through my program. So I am going to get Nicole's information, drop it into the chat, and I'm going to let Nicole take it away. How did you come about hanging out with us and hanging out with me way too much?
I blame your head coach, who's sitting right across from me right now, Coach Nicole. When she was going through your program, and she would find stuff from your YouTube, she would send it to me, and I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna make my head break. Okay, let's go and watch this stuff. And this is kind of why I fangirled when you interviewed me for the coaching position, because I was like, do you know how many different things along my spiritual journey you helped me through? That makes me a little emotional. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, guys.
It was a lot. So she was sending me things, and I was like, I know I need to work through this, but I wasn't ready yet. But when I was ready, I was ready. And like the training wheels, I don't even think they even made it on the bike. They just kind of went out the window. And I've been trucking along ever since, working through the academy work, and working with the students and working on our own business. Coach Joe and I are in business together. So not only do we work on our own practice together, but we also work with Lisa. So I get to work with these amazing students. And, it's really cool because as a practitioner, you feel like, is the growth ever going to stop? And that's what I love, is it doesn't. And it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And it is so profound, especially seeing it from both ends, as a practitioner, as a coach, and as a client too. So it's really cool.
So I'm going to drop down because I want you to talk about what's Three Witches and a Warlock all about. What's going on with all that? Because I know some of the religious folks going to be like, oh my God, but y'all, it's fine. We're not turning anybody into frogs.
No.
Yet. Okay, anyway, okay, I'll be right.
So Three Witches and a Warlock is kind of an ode to a lot of my past lives, Coach Joe's past lives, my ancestors. I come from a long line of healers, and I didn't know it until I started working through some of that healing with some of Dr. Lisa's teachings from YouTube and whatnot. So Three Witches is myself, Coach Joe, and our other business partner, And then the warlock is my husband. He kind of does like behind the scenes stuff and artwork and whatnot. But primarily, I use my mediumship. As most of the students know, I am a medium, but I am an intuitive tarot reader, a coach, not only for Lisa's business, but for my own as well. And then I am a Reiki master teacher. So I get to dabble in all of the things, which is really awesome. But my main area of focus is inner child, inner teen healing. And then I also specialize, especially with being a medium, in grief, like grief counseling and helping people work through grief. Because for me, as a medium, grief is a little different. It's a little trickier. So I understand that things can be a little difficult for people who don't have the ability that I do. But it's been so rewarding to watch this come together. And here I am now sitting in my own office, which is pretty awesome because this time last year, I was just quitting my corporate America job to come work for Dr. Lisa. So this has been an amazing thing. So with Three Witches and a Warlock, we kind of have a whole bunch of different things you can do. You can get coaching. You can come in for a standard one-off, type of service. But either which way, you will be taken care of from the time you enter our care until the time you're out of our care. And then when you're referring people and things of that nature, we will be doing some witchy curriculum where I want to teach people that witchcraft isn't like what it was back in the day. I use witchcraft mainly for medicinal purposes, like making tinctures and salves and things like that. I suffer from anxiety, depression, and PCOS. So being able to turn to witchcraft to do that stuff and heal myself from the inside out has been a tremendous thing. But one thing we realized is that there was a lot of people that didn't know the basics of witchcraft, and that's where they were having like really bad things happen around them and whatnot. So teaching them the basics of that and how to be safe and everything is super important, which that'll be launching here soon. But if you guys go to our social media pages, we definitely appreciate it. Just keep in mind that we haven't even fully launched and it won't be fully launched until the end of next month. So right now you're just getting like breadcrumbs of things until we go into a full launch.
That's awesome. Oh, am I echoing? Did I do something? Okay. All right, good. So I'm excited about you bringing this knowledge, information about what we call witchcraft and so on and so forth, and bringing it out of like this Wicked Witch of the West and, just kind of this evilness, right? To an understanding that witchcraft really has just historically been just what could not be explained. What literally could not be explained. And so a lot of things, in fact, in Christianity itself, when various things would occur, healings and so on, they actually accused Jesus of witchcraft. They've accused all the prophets of witchcraft in Judaism. They've, and so on and afterwards. So, and in fact, utilizing herbs and tinctures and poultices and all of these other things, it's nothing new. That's been done in a lot of our cultures for a very, 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 very long time, much longer than there's been a formal Christianity.
Right. And I mean, that's even if you go back into like the old Bible from 200 years ago, prior to modern man going through and revising it and, retranslating it. Sometimes it's kind of like the game of telephone. You translate it so many different times that it loses all context and it kind of gets wonky. It was the same thing. If you go back into a Bible, you can probably go to a thrift store and find one that's old enough, and you would find it edit, like any edits on it, and it actually talks about the different herbs and things that you can use to help yourself. It talks about divination and whatnot. And this is something that I tell our students at the academy. you know, I joke and I say I'm a recovering Catholic, but I very much respect people who are part of religion. If that's something you believe in and that's something you want to be a part of, go ahead, my dear. I am completely there to just help you realize that you don't have to have the guilt that's associated with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, I think, a lot of people don't necessarily understand. And hello to everyone that's just come in the room. We're just working through we're talking to all the graduates that were able to make it. There are some graduates that were not able to make it either because they live halfway around the world in South Africa or in Australia, or it just wasn't, kind of quote unquote on the cards. So we're meeting those that are able to make this graduation ceremony right now. Yes, there's so much. I have zero issue with any level of religion and how if that brings you comfort and that sorts things out for you, and I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care. It's whatever brings you peace.
Exactly.
That's all that I want. That's all that anybody wants, right? It's just what brings you peace. And just let us all live in our own, as long as we're not trying to hurt anybody else, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. To be honest with you, I don't agree with that at all. I don't care if it's, quote unquote witchcraft, or it's, somebody standing in the church and praying for somebody else to be harmed so that they can well, I've seen some things. I've seen some people pray for people to break up so they could get somebody else's husband.
Mm-hmm.
And mean it. I mean, they meant that prayer. They was at that altar and they
catching the Holy Ghost over it. Yeah,
man, every word. They were serious. Like, wow, this is what we're doing. So anyway, thank you very much, and I want to thank you for everything that you do for the students, for me, but mainly for the students, because without you and without Joanna, this would not work.
You're gonna make me cry again. But you're so welcome. I absolutely love my job. I love the students. It's just amazing to see them all up here. Sorry.
That's okay, my dear. Are you ready for me to drop you down so you can go gather yourself together?
Yes, ma'am. This water sign needs a moment.
All right, Nicole, thank you, my dear. Thank you. All right. So we Bree, are you ready to dial in? And then Dawn, we're gonna get you right after, okay? Because I'm just going in the order everybody kind of got here. Bree, are you ready to go, dear? Are you frozen again? Let's try. Okay, we are going to, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Dawn Nicole up. I'm going to bring Dawn up. Hello, everybody just coming in. Hello, Miss Dawn. How are you? Hey, okay, let's try the settings in your microphone setting. Do you see the gear? The settings bit?
Can you hear me?
There, I can hear you now. There you are. There you are. Okay. One sec. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have Bree call in just a second. How are you, beloved?
I'm wonderful. The weather just did a change on me.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What did it do?
Oh, it was raining. It's a little sunny now, but it's so cold now. And I'm over here with my blanket.
Oh. Listen, it did the same thing to me. It did the same thing to me. I got the whole sweater going on, and I turned the air off, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. I can't do it no more. I have my warm socks on. It's well,
Yeah.
Miss Dawn. We're gonna do a little different. Everyone say congratulations to you. Um, truly congratulations to you. Talk to us a little bit about how did you get over here to this whole light worker business over here that we doing.
Well, first of all, I saw you on Armand. You were interviewing Armand, and I was just like, oh gosh, she is so interesting. So I think I found you over there, or I know I saw
Yeah.
the interview with Armand, but then I started to like follow you, and then you said light worker, and that just kind of rung a bell because I am a mind, and I was just kind of trying to feel my way around. I had started coaching clients, but I was pretty much just like kind of still, getting my feet wet. And I said, light worker sounds good. But I had no idea what I was in store for.
Oh my gosh. How has this experience okay, she said you're a mindset coach. Um, how has this then changed a little bit about how you're approaching mindset coaching?
First of all, it snatched the rug from under me because once I started, learning the material and working with the other students and working with, shouts out to Nicole and Joanne and just the other students like the tribe, it just basically took me on my own healing journey that I didn't even have an idea that I needed to heal to that capacity. So
Mm.
it just gave me the tools. It just a starting point. It basically changed the way like I thought about religion because I consider myself a Christian, but I feel like I'm so much more empowered now. I just feel like I really had to dig deep into shadow work. And I did that, and I always, tell everybody this, but I did that through working with the tarot cards, which is something that I said I would never touch. And I started working with the tarot cards, and I'm telling you, that right there has changed my life to the point where, like, I really feel like I can operate in my fullest potential at this point, and I can help others. Like, I have all the tools now to help others that I'm on. So like I just feel so passionate about it, and I just know that without taking this course, I would not like I don't know where I would like basically be on this journey.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because I grew up the same way, right? I thought for sure I touched the tarot deck, I was going straight to hell. And I remember telling my girlfriend Heather at the time, I'm like, you trying to send me to hell. That's what you're trying to do right now. You trying to send me to hell. Like I don't want that express train. Um, but
Mhm.
that was kind of my first entrance into this realm of spirituality, that and understanding what a narcissist really was from an energetic perspective. I had no clue about any of that, and then started watching the tarot and then started learning the tarot. Um, but it's been a pleasure watching your transformation through this process because
Thank you.
you're welcome. Um, especially being one that was just so, I mean, I'm ordained. So being one that's so indoctrinated into just this and there's no room for growth, and there's no room for expansion. And we say we don't put God in a box, but in actuality, we do. We put him in. We put him in a
Mhm.
box, not even really acknowledging them as the divine feminine side of a divine masculine
Right.
creator being. And we try to fit all of these attributes and all of this everything into one side of a masculine and very patriarchal and male dominated situation, right? Religion, and don't even allow for our own
Mhm.
expansion and acknowledgement of who we are, because that's really what happens to us. Like there's no acknowledgement of who we are and our power. And so to watch that transformation happen in someone else warms my
Mhm.
heart. It's beautiful. I
Right.
love
It,
it.
it is definitely like when they say God is in everything, I'm like, y'all, God isn't everything. Like everything that I see, everything. It's like, I mean, when they say that, I feel like the tarot cards have helped me to really understand it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how, it's, I'm telling you, I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you as well. Now, when are you going to start your mindset, like restart your mindset coaching program, or what are your plans, my dear?
Well, I am accepting clients. I am on Instagram. Yeah, under Zembri3, that's ZEMBRE, the number three. And I'm very much into plants because plants they have also helped me to heal. So I have a plant Instagram channel, and it's called rooted underscore in underscore dawn. So it's called Rooted in Dawn. That's where I share my plant care journey and how much plants have helped me heal also.
Yes. And we're going to get the links to both. I knew the Zembri 3,
Okay.
but we're going to get the links to both. We're
Mhm.
going to put them in everyone's saying our resident plant mama. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you all, she is accepting clients, and I really, really want you all to go and check out the Instagram page and check and reach out to her. Okay. So that you can just see if it's a fit. If it makes sense, right? That's what we're here for. We want to be sure that everyone gets with their right person. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, and you can tell she's a gentle soul. So i- if you need that tender care, she's going to give it to you. She's also going to make sure she holds you accountable. But she
Oh yes. I'm not that gentle now. I can be gentle.
Okay, her appearance is gentle. She has a gentle approach, but honey, she's not gonna let you get away with too much.
No.
She's not gonna let you get away with it. Dawn, I so appreciate you. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we bring up Bree, and then we're gonna have everybody get together so we don't keep y'all forever today? Anything else you want to
The
tell
only
the
thing
folks?
I want to say is don't be scared. Don't be scared of the journey because, like, you'll be so much more fulfilled. And I would say take the course, jump in. Like, you will learn so much, even not even on the business, like, not even if you're seeking to start a business, but just to expand your mindset, just to expand your knowledge, because a lot of times people say things that they say things are bad and they can't even explain why they are bad, or you don't even have an idea why you think they're bad. You're just following the leader. But until
Mhm.
you have a true understanding for yourself, like, get an understanding for yourself so that you can make your own own decision.
Wow.
That's all.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I did not ask her to say that, so that just came from her. Thank you so much. Thank you. I
That's from
so
my heart.
appreciate that. Trust me, I know. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I'm so honored to have you and everyone else, but very honored. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to drop you down, and then we have our last. Hang on one second. Our last. Okay, Bree. I'm going to call Bree here. And we're going to do it old school, super old school. Hello, Bree. Hello. Hi. Now I'm going to see if I'm going to try to actually find a picture of you that I can bring up. I'm going to try to find a picture. I don't know if I'll be able to on the fly, but we're going to try.
I'm sure it's a really good one.
Girl, did you send me one? Hold on. I don't know if you. Okay. Bree, welcome. This is Bree Garola. How are you, dear?
I'm doing well. It's pretty funny.
It is though. Like, I'm glad we can laugh about it, right? I'm glad we can laugh about it. So Bree, tell us, because you're very unique in your own right. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a massage therapist, and I have been doing sessions with tarot and using some channeling and intuition, and I just feel that is what I'm supposed to be doing. I love using my intuition to advise and guide others and inspire others, and along with helping them discover who they are on a soul level. And I also really love astrology, and I've been wanting to do less massage, do more astrology and tarot and intuitive reading. And I prayed, and the next day, Lisa contacted me, and I just knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing.
That is amazing. And that actually happened because I believe that we reached out to you on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And Melinda, I'm going to ask you, Melinda, if you can you give us your Instagram, Bree?
Yes. Star Guided Wisdom.
So it's at Star Guided Wisdom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to put that in the chat so that the people can reach out to you. So we found each other on Instagram, and we reached out, and then the rest is history, as they say.
Yes.
That is awesome. Now we're actually right now working on your website. But why don't you tell the folks like what kind of your specialty is and what it is, what impact you really want to be making in the collective?
My specialty is using my intuition along with astrology to see you on a soul level and to help you discover your unique abilities and talents that you have brought to this life, and help you to figure out how you can use that in this life.
That is amazing. And we need that in the collective as much as we need anything else. right? Because if we don't learn how to kind of work through these blocks, these are kind of awakening process, if you will, if we don't learn how to do that effectively. And sometimes, guys, we can get through a lot of it on our own, but there are plenty of times where we can use a guide, right? Where we can use some assistance, where we can use a coach to help us, because I don't do my own readings a lot. Like, I know some people probably do, but I don't do it's hard for me to do my own tarot readings because it's me. I can't see as well for myself as someone from the outside, So that's not living this incarnation. So I think working with coaches and guides and mentors and healers, if you will, like Bree, will really assist you in a great way. So I want you to think about that, no matter where you're at in your walk. Bree, how did you get to this point of utilizing, like, honoring your intuition and then astrology as well? How'd you get to this point?
It has just been something that has been in my life since I was a little girl, and I just never thought I could use it or do it as a career. It was just always something I did out of love for friends and family. And I noticed I was advising a huge circle of mainly women, but also men that were much older than I was at the time I was 19. And I just felt like I needed to really experience life first before I would consider doing this as a career. But now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I've experienced a lot, and I feel like it's time now because I really enjoy this, and I really feel rewarded whenever I'm able to help people see the divine being that they are.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Because you've had your own personal journey of finding your own divine self.
Yes, I did, and I still am on it.
It's a never-ending journey. I think we get to a certain place, and then,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But then, sorry guys, getting phone calls. I should probably put that on Do Not Disturb. I wasn't anticipating using it. But we get to this place, right? And then we make this like huge leap, and then once we like break through that glass ceiling, the rest of it, I think it just kind of reveals itself. And it's a beautiful process. Beautiful process.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, hon.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, so many of us lose ourselves during certain events in our lives, and then we just forget about who we are. We forget about what we're good at, and we have no idea what path we're supposed to be on, especially if you just gotten into a relationship for a few years and you completely intertwine with them, and then you come out of one and you don't even know who you are anymore. And I noticed that a lot of my clients are coming out of relationships and they don't know who they are anymore, and they desire to rediscover that.
Yeah. Amen to that. Bree, if there's one thing you'd like to leave with the folks, because they can find you on Instagram, so please go and check her out and follow her, get to know Bree. If there's anything you'd like to say to the folks, what would you like to say?
program has been a game changer, and I am so blessed and thankful that you found me.
Oh my God. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to have found you and everyone. I'm so grateful. I appreciate you. All right. You want to hang on the phone here for a little bit, sister?
Okay, or should I just jump back okay.
It's
yeah,
up to
I can
you.
hang out on the phone.
It's up to you. You can just jump back. You can, if you want to jump into the chat, you can. I'm gonna and maybe
Okay.
yeah, you can do that, no problem. And
Okay, I'll just jump back where I can see everyone.
okay, love. Okay. All right. All right, honey. All right, bye-bye. Guys, we are multitaskers. That was Bree Garola. We are multitaskers. We do not let anything stop us from getting the job done. I am gonna bring up everybody. First, as I'm bringing everybody up, though, I am going to bring up both of my coaches, Nicole and Joanna. Joanna is my head coach. She's been with me for a minute, a long minute.
A long minute. Happily with you for a long minute.
Like an OG minute. Let me see if I can. I don't know how, sometimes this irritates my soul, I tell you. Hold on, let me see what we could do here.
They're all going off in the chat.
Okay, and then, nope, that's not it. Hold on, guys. Restream acts like it don't want to act right. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna drop down. Do you want to say something to the peoples while I'm figuring this out? And to the students.
I'll just say that from the coaching standpoint, a day like today, like graduation, where we see these, wonderful, beautiful souls that we've worked so closely with in developing their program, when we finally get to this day, it's such a proud moment. And, I can look at the graduates and say, oh, I coached this one and I coached that one. But honestly, Nicole and I do so much co-coaching. Everybody, I am just like, I wish I could give you all a big collective hug, because I feel like Nicole and I have watched all of you just grow by leaps and bounds. So we're both so proud of every one of you. And to see, my other students in the chat, and hi, Donna. Hi, Shiny. Sorry. I'm just so, I love being part of this community. You guys are like home, and I love watching you grow.
I couldn't have said it better myself. If I tried to, I'd probably cry again. So this double water sign needs to be
And this air sign, I'm all good.
Yeah, we do know how to work through technology messing up, don't we? I could not, and as I'm bringing all the students back, I could not do this. Oops, not the music. Without it would not work. It would not be the same. There's no possible way that I could facilitate this program by myself to the level that we're able to do it. And Joanna's been with me since the very beginning. Literally since it was an 8-week program and a dream. Yeah, she's hung with me through all the craziness. And I can't believe it's already been almost a year, Nicole.
Yeah, the end of next month will officially be a year.
Jesus. She's still here, guys.
Right?
She's still here. She made it.
She doesn't have a choice. She has to stay right here. She will. I promise.
We're conjoined at the hip, can't you tell?
You don't get one without the other. Yeah, and then we also do have Marisabel and Maria. as part of our team. And Maria's been with me to be 2 years in January. And Marissa's a new girl on the block. So I could not do what we could not. This is truly a team, and we're all truly a family. And then each and every one of you, as you guys, all of the students that there's so many students that are in the chat right now. We have actually had we've had over 80 now students come through the program or that are currently in the program. I think we're up to 82 or 83 or something like that. That's a lot in 2 years' time. A little less than 2 years. I think it's a lot. And we're just growing. So all of you are family. We're all family. I never created this for any other purpose other than to make sure that we created a community of light workers that were dedicated to changing humanity, that were dedicated and that they had sacrificed, and they knew there was more sacrifice that was yet to come, but that in their own way that they were dedicated to changing humanity, to impacting the collective. And I can honestly say, people that actually come through and then complete the program, each and every one of you, I have so much honor and respect for, because each and every one of you is making a difference. And you might not realize how big of a difference that you're making and how big of an impact that you're making, but you are. And that's going to do nothing but grow. I love that we are a group of people that are not in competition with each other. I love that we are a group of people, and alumnus included, alumni included, that we're a whole spiritual tribe and spiritual family. And when we see each other on the YouTube streets or we catch each other on the IG corners, and I have not figured out what in God's name TikTok is. I still can't figure out TikTok.
The back alleys?
Huh?
The back alleys? Because that's where you can get into some really weird stuff.
You can get into some really, really interesting things. The TikTok back alleys, my God, today. Yeah, that would probably be it. That when we see each other, we know each other and we help each other and we support one another. And very soon we're all going to have another way that we can support each other and increase our impact that we're creating over here as well. So I'm really excited for that in a massive way. Usually what happens is, Shiny, are you crying? Shiny's crying. It wasn't even one of the water signs that started it off.
She's the Leo.
Like, why you crying? Hey, Kat, how are you? We've got Kat here, and I saw Pam earlier. Shiny's here. I'm sure there's some more. We got Malika here. There's so many that I've seen like kind of pass through that are either part of the program, the Southern Astrologer, or that have been, that have already graduated. And I'm sure there's more that I'm missing. And so I Natasha, I think I saw Natasha in here earlier too, Dr. Natasha. So usually at this point in time, Ms. D is here as part of the program right now. Usually right now, what I typically do is give you guys some speech that's probably supposed to make you cry. But I'll try not to make you cry today. How about that? Can we do that? I said, I'll try. If it happens on your own, that's your business, not mine. Thank you so much, Kat, for supporting everyone. I brought my 3-pillar huge tower candles in here, brand new, just right out of the box. Because there's for me, there's like 3. I've been stuck on this number 3 for a little bit lately. I mean, it's a beautiful number, right? The number of the Trinity, and there's a completeness and a, of course, it's divine, but the fact that it's like an indivisible yet completely divisible number, and it's like the first number to me that signifies a level of strength and unbreakability. It's probably not a word, but I just made it up today. Strength and sovereignty and an indestructibility that is pure and beautiful. So I'm going to light each of these candles. Hopefully this will work. Oh, that one doesn't want to work. I still have, even though I'm not smoking, I still have lighters. Okay. So light this first candle. This first candle to me represents, there's a level of solitude that all of us have. We have walked a path alone for a very, very long time. And even though we walk this path with others, we still yet walk it alone. Each of us has our own unique responsibility and purpose. We express our divinity and our divine aspects in ways that no one else in this incarnation or in the next or any previous has ever done before. I understand how it can feel completely, that you're in a complete isolation. I understand that very well. And I wish I could tell you that there were times that you won't feel that ever again, but I'd be lying to you. You will, especially as you're growing and you're going to the next level and you're expanding and the consciousness is expanding and you're getting more gifts, or they're becoming more, I don't know, like real or whatever, right? Like you're just growing to the next level. When you're getting ready to do something brand new in your practice, in your business, or just life in general, it's a whole brand new world, right? The next, like the doors swing open and you're in this whole next great hole. And you thought that the last one was just as big as it is going to get, but then here's a whole new one, right? It will feel lonely. But that's because each and every one of us has our own individual crowns to wear. We each have our own individual tribe to help, to lead, to empower. But the beauty of it is we all get to come back together again and support one another through it. So even though you feel lonely sometimes, lighting this second candle, there's always someone here to walk beside you and to support you and to be with you. First of all, you're not just alone in and of yourself, right? You, as a higher dimensional being, are always connected to Source, Creator. You're always part of that collective. But I would just remind you, and I would just ask you to make that relationship with Source, with your ancestors, with your angels, with your guides, whatever entities in the spirit realm that you interact with, I don't care if that's inhabitants of another solar system. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. But I would ask that you make those relationships just as real as the ones that you have here in the third dimensional realm. Because in actuality, everything that is above is actually more real than everything that is below. Because everything above created everything that's below. And I don't want you to ever forget that you actually create every step and everything. Sometimes we might not understand why we create it, but we still create it. So just remember that it's not just your light, that you are co-creating with the light. And then the third part of this triune being, mind, spirit, body, heart, spirit, soul, is that we have now created a 3-ply cord which cannot easily be broken. We, being myself and the coaches and you and creator, have created a 3-ply cord. It cannot be broken. I will forever have each and every one of you in my heart. You will forever be in my travels astrally as I dream or as I meditate or however you do it as well. We are forever connected. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't be a stranger. Like, still expect to see some of y'all in some of these group Q&As. Come on through over here. Be a part of this. This doesn't end. This is just the beginning. Because it is my honor and my privilege to be able to know each and every one of you and to work, hopefully work alongside each and every one of you as we change and raise the vibrational set point of humanity and make an exponential impact in this world. So I thank each of you and I honor each of you. And I hope that this will not be the last time that I see each of you. Namaste to each of you.
Namaste.
Now, if I had a cap, I'd say move it on over. I'm going to have to start sending y'all caps. I swear to God. We're going to have to start sending the cap with the tassels. But I love you guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I love you. All right. So before the water signs start crying.
We
Hey,
did good. We
I'm
did
good.
good.
I'm
We
good.
did good.
Did we make it?
Yes.
We're getting good.
The whole time I'm like,
We're getting good. We're getting good. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, does anyone have anything that they'd like to say? Does the chat want me to drop the link so y'all can come and say something? Or I should ask the graduates, are you willing to let the chat come on up?
Yeah, they can come on up.
I didn't ask y'all nothing. I was like, hey, we'll bring the chat up. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. Yeah, but we're not gonna be here forever now. I got things to do now. I'm just kidding. Well, I do, but I'm sure they do too. We're gonna drop the link. Anybody have anything that they want to say though? I have a couple spots here for people they want to come up to the and come up chat. Any of the students have anything they want to say? No?
I just want to say I love y'all.
We love you too.
Y'all have really helped me, through my process. And like I said, like we all say before, in divine time, definitely divine time. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm
Hello,
still coming
Adrian.
to the.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You better.
Yeah, you better. You can't leave us that quickly.
I will
No.
still.
Good.
And just so you guys know what I'm talking about, what we're talking about is we have 2 group Q&A sessions, and then a bi-weekly Thursday healing session as well. And once you are in the program and everything, and you completed it and whatnot, like, it's a lifetime. You are always welcome to come to the groups. You are always welcome to come. So it's not like we don't just kick you out the minute that we're done. We don't just say, okay, well, now you don't have access to any of the programs or anything like that, or any of the modules or any of the group. Like, you guys can always come. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who else wants to? Everybody's like, nobody wants to come up, huh? Y'all almost sign off now. Don't play with me. I gotta make dinner before these children get home. Okay, Malika says, I just want to say, since the Restream won't connect, oh no, to your audio, oh no, that no matter what you do, you will always be shining your light and doing what you're meant to do in this world. Oh, thank you, Malika. I don't know why Restream is acting up. I really don't have to go back over to StreamYard, but I might have to. Adrienne says, I want to thank you guys. I finally don't think I'm crazy for what I feel. Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Um, you know what, Adrienne, thank you. Like, that's what we love to do that here. We love to do that here. Um, oh yeah, we need to see those decks, girl. Ms. Dawn.
Snatching deck.
We need them decks.
We, we need the 411.
We need to see the deck. All right, guys. Well, I don't think anyone has joined up here. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. There is a Linktree link down in the description below, and I've put it up here. If you guys want to come and find out whether or not you're fit and whether or not this is for you, to do the very same thing that all these ladies have done here, and then embark on their missions, yeah, that everyone has done at this juncture, then I want you, these folks did an amazing job. And so I want you to click that link and book a 30-minute call with either myself or my team. And let's find out if this program is for you. Because we certainly, listen, there's us here. There's a few more that weren't here, but the world needs more, and the world needs everybody that has a calling to do so, to answer it. We all need you. We all need you. So, what is it? What are you doing there? Sage has a room full of decks. Oh, I didn't know you had a room full of decks.
This woman will come to practice class with an unboxing. She will entice all the girls, and then we go out and we buy said decks, which is why I have half of the decks I do. I blame Sage.
I am missing out on Thursday nights.
Yes, you are.
That's why I was just going to be quiet, because I knew at some point it was going to come back to me, because I'm the influencer of the deck purchase for Dawn. I am Dawn's supplier.
Oh my gosh. Well, now we're gonna have to see how fast you get to 100. Are you there
I
yet?
am past 100 easily.
Oh, you got more than me.
I was the person she worked with through the workbook. She helped me for my workbook in a reading. And this girl had like at least 5 decks within our 1 hour reading. And I was astonished. And also telling her to send me the boxes so I can buy them myself.
I have never met anyone with more decks than I.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
He has the library corners that everybody have. That's the keeper. He has all the decks.
Oh my God.
Now,
Okay.
come on,
Now,
you're there too.
no,
You have some too.
now I'm on a mission now. This is a competition.
Well, I'm teaching a tarot class, so
Yeah.
I got to be prepared.
We're definitely we got to talk about that too. I want to put that out here. Adrian says, I think they tend to tell young kids, young adults, oh, you're just overly sensitive. They do.
Yeah.
Or they tell us that we're crazy. A lot of times people will say that they, someone's like schizophrenic or something like that. If they're hearing voices. Well, honey, you come and do the work with us. That, you know what? This is a good statement. Can we address this, guys, from you guys' perspective? How do you feel about this concept that you have all this work that you need to do before you can come and join a program like this?
Oh, can I comment on that? So I'm a person that I have friends who are like, quote unquote, uber spiritual. And so they would continually say, oh, well, you have work to do. You have work to do. Like, you can't help other people because you have work to do. That is absolutely not true. I know for me in my work, me doing my work helps me in my work, if that makes sense. It helps me heal, to see other people heal. It helps me to get perspective on what I'm going through at the time. Sometimes it triggers me when I'm helping someone else through a trigger, and it could trigger back onto me. So it is absolutely not true that you have to be healed to be able to help other people, because at the end of the day, you're never going to be completely healed. So you have to just keep working. But I do feel like, for me, from my heart space, my helping other people helps me at the same time. So I think that exchange right there is just a testament to, no, you don't have to be complete or all there. I don't know if we ever are complete, if that is a thing.
I don't think you are until you leave, right? Until you
Exactly.
transition.
Right, exactly. Then your job is done for this time.
Yeah. And then I think there's a chunk of work to do, but I don't think you would even be thinking about helping anyone else if you hadn't already done the chunk. Usually, there's few folks that come to us that have that chunk still left, but by and large, no. It's kind of like the psychologist or the psychiatrist, right? They get into those areas of those specialties so they can understand what's going on with their own mind.
And sometimes you might run the risk of an opportunity passing you by if you think you still have something to do and you don't jump on what's really drawing you in. You don't want that to happen.
Same. As a coach, come as you are. As a student who obviously just graduated, come as you are. It literally, you're going to have triggers as you're going through this. Maybe even having a conversation in class, it'll trigger something in you. Maybe not a traumatic trigger, but it'll trigger something in you that you have to work through. But that means you're that much closer to full enlightenment on that subject, the more you have to process through it. As practitioners, our healing is never over, and that's completely okay, but we're here to hold space for you. We're here to support you through not only helping you with your business, but your spiritual aspect as well. That is something Joe and I both say to our students who are joining here on this panel, who are in the chat. We tell them all the time, we're not just here for you on a business level. we're a whole tribe. So when you're in a hiccup or anything like that, you just go ahead and come on and let us know, because we can't help you get where you want to be for your client's sake if we don't know where you're at.
Right. Amen to that.
And
Melinda, did you want to say something, and then we'll welcome our guest here, the Southern Astrologer, Melinda.
take that messy action.
Oh yes, messy action, child, messy.
Because, like I said, I will be hesitant sometimes, and I'll put stuff in the back burner, and then I have stuff going here, there, everywhere. And then I have some people like Joe, my coach. She'll be center focused, but still take that messy action. So, hey, if it's calling you, sometimes you just gonna have to take that risk and see how far it goes. As a lot of people will say, use your intuition, use that gut feeling to walk into faith. So because you don't know what's going to happen unless you go through it. So just go through it and see how it goes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Southern Astrologer, welcome to the platform.
Well, I'll be. I hope y'all are able to hear me okay. And I'm just so excited and so just amazed at these women. I have the wonderful opportunity to be able to meet with them bi-weekly, because I am also a practicing member of the Lightworkers Academy. And my coach, Joanna, she has been very gracious with me, because I am probably a fifth year student. But that is okay. And I just wanted to say that the times that I have spent with these women has been absolutely amazing. I mean, we'll be on these bi-weekly Thursday conversations, and Mo and Dr. Sage will come along and give us a nice little reading, and I'll have to send them an email the next day saying, you said what you said, and that actually happened. So, and Miss Dawn over there, well, she does have a tendency to buy a whole bunch of things that she probably doesn't need to buy all the time, but that is okay. We're going to give her a little grace on that one too. So, again, I am very happy to know these ladies. And I'm so thankful that I found the Oracle when I did find the Oracle. And I'm so glad that I found Joe and Nicole as well, because, well, y'all are simply the best.
I think.
Wait a minute, but why? Sorry, y'all. Every time I go to buy a deck, now I think about the Southern Astrologer, and I'm saying, oh my gosh, now she already told me. I can't tell y'all about one today.
It's gotten to the point where I can actually feel it when she starts to move towards the deck on Amazon.
Oh, that's what I call creating community. We're on each other's deck buying cycles. That's what we're on. The deck buying cycles. We know what's going on.
And I also just want to say real quick that because I am an astrologer, and it is not, and I'm also a Libra, that on this new moon in Libra, it is fantastic to see relationships built and relationships celebrated on something as large as the worldwide interwebs. Okay. And I think that it is beautiful that you have gone through the experience, because you're telling me what I need to look forward to as well. So I appreciate the heads up. Mm-hmm. And it's just beautiful. I've had the opportunity over the past couple of days to congregate with you during a Kazemi. I've had the opportunity to communicate with you during a equinox, and to now be able to be here with you during a new moon in Libra. I mean, I'll say that the universe is delivering up some things. So,
There you go.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my dear. Thank you. 5th year student. She's gonna finish well before then. I don't know. She's just playing. She is just playing. Oh, you guys got to bring in the equinox together. It was crazy because that just went right past me for whatever reason. It just sailed on. I was like, oh. I was so focused on this new moon, but I love this. I love what we've created here. This is amazing. All right, Southern Astrologer, I'm going to drop you down, honey, and I'm going to say my last to the grads. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Oops, we bring Bree back. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I feel like Carol Burnett, like, it was really weird because I just heard like the Carol Burnett show, like the time has come, like, don't know where that popped up from. Wow, in the archives. All right, guys, this has been fabulous and this has been wonderful. And I can't thank you guys enough. I want to does anyone have anything, final words that they want to say before we kind of turn off the lights here and put this one in the books? Go ahead.
I just want to say to those who are even considering the academy or thinking about it, if you have even a little bit of an inkling, I do encourage you to sign up and take that phone call, because you would not have that inkling if there was not something even a little bit there. Maybe this is going to be your way of turning on your light. But take that phone call, speak to one of the coaches, speak to Dr. Lisa, and see, you will likely be enlightened on how you can lighten up this world. So that's just my spill that I think people should definitely, if they feel any little piece of them feeling anything that we're saying, celebrating with us today, I'm encouraging you to go ahead and set up that appointment.
Thank you. Absolutely. Oh yeah, a lot of Libras in the house. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, this has been another fabulous time. So be on the lookout, everyone, we're going to do like a whole, each of these folks to be able to come back. I'm putting an almost, it's probably gonna be the 6 to 12 hour, like, quote unquote live stream, but it'll be where you'll get to know each of them even a little bit more. We're going to highlight them, be able to work with them. And I'm just excited to be able to launch that aspect of things too, so that you guys get an even greater chance to work with them. And all right, I'm going to let you guys go. Everybody's saying congratulations in the chat. I say congratulations and early birthdays and all kinds of stuff. And I will see you all soon, Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Central. I'll be in class. Anyway. All right, guys. Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. And I love each and every one of you. All right, we're going to be letting everybody down. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. All right, everybody. For those of you that are still here, we are going to be on in a little while for our Sunday Soul podcast. I will be doing it live tonight. We will be talking about relationships and why it seems that we're not safe in our churches, our homes, what's going on. So I want to bring some conversations we've been having surrounding all that back to the real matter at hand. So sign on a little bit later. We will be back. Okay. All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. Namaste.